Sri Sai Ram. Dear students, heartily welcome to Sri Sathya Loka Seva Gurukulam online video classes. In this session, we continue coordinate geometry. In coordinate geometry, very important formula, angle between two lines. How can find the angle between two lines? When their slopes are given. So observe here, angle between two lines. You take two non-vertical, non-horizontal lines. You know vertical and horizontal lines. Don't take horizontal, vertical. If you take horizontal, that becomes there is no angle between them. Vertical also there is no angle between them. When the two lines intersect each other, then only there is some angle. Okay. Let L1 and L2. See the figure here. This L1 and L2. Let L1 and L2 be two non-vertical and non-perpendicular lines. Non-perpendicular. These are not perpendicular. Even if two lines are perpendicular, then the angle between two lines is 90 degree. Don't take perpendicular, don't take vertical also. Perpendicular lines with slope. So take L1 slope is M1 and L2 slope is M2 with slope M1 and M2 respectively. Means the line L1 slope is take M1 and line L2 slope take M2 respectively. Let alpha 1 and alpha 2. See, let alpha 1 and alpha 2 be the angle subtended by alpha 1 subtended by L1 and alpha 2 is subtended by L2 on the positive direction of x-axis. Subtended by L1 and L2 respectively with the positive direction of which axis? X-axis. Okay. Then we know that if any line subtended if suppose the theta is this is line L, the theta is subtended positive direction of x-axis, then what is formula? Slope formula m equal to tan theta. This is the slope formula. Similarly, alpha 1 is line L1 is subtended at angle of alpha 1 positive direction of x-axis. L1 slope is m1. Therefore, what is m1 equal to? So then m1 equal to tan alpha 1. So line L1 inclined at an angle of alpha 1. Okay. So the slope is m1 equal to tan alpha 1 and m2 is nothing but tan alpha 2. This slope of L2 is m2 is nothing but tan alpha 2. There are two slopes, okay, m1 and m2, because they are given two lines. From the figure we have, see, observe the figure, this figure we have, this exterior angle is nothing but alpha is nothing but alpha 2 plus theta. You know this properties. From the figure we have alpha 1, this angle is always equal to alpha 2 plus this angle means theta. Alpha 1 is equal to alpha 2 plus theta. So this one again you take alpha to this side becomes theta is equal to alpha 1 minus alpha 2. From this equation you can write like this. Take tan on both sides here. Apply tan on both sides. Tan theta is equal to tan of alpha 1 minus alpha 2. Sorry, alpha 2. We know that tan of A minus B formula, compound angle formula in trigonometry. So tan A minus tan B by 1 plus tan A into tan B. This is formula angle between two lines. Tan of A minus B. If alpha A is one angle, B is another angle, then tan of A minus B equal to tan A minus tan B dividing by 1 plus tan A into tan B. Similarly here also, this is A, this is B. Tan theta as it is, using formula tan of alpha 1 minus alpha 2. Tan alpha 1 minus tan alpha 2 by 1 plus tan alpha 1 into tan alpha 2 using this formula. Next, so observe here tan theta as it is. What is tan alpha 1? From this equation, tan alpha 1 is m1 and what is tan alpha 2 is nothing but here m2. Substituting here, tan alpha is m1 minus tan alpha is m2 by 1 plus tan alpha is m1 and tan alpha 2 is the m2. Tan theta equal to m1 minus m2 dividing by 1 plus m1 into m2. This is the acute angle. See, there are two angles between the lines. One acute angle, another is the obtuse angle. Observe the figure here. This is also angle between two lines. This is also angle between two lines. This and this both are same opposite angles. This and this both are same. There are two angles, means one is theta is here acute and pi minus theta is absolute. Totally how much? This is totally 180 degree. No, 180 degree. Here is theta. This totally 180 here to here. Here is theta. We know theta means this angle is outside angle is like this. So observe here. Here to complete here to here, this is totally 180. Here is theta, means this angle is pi minus theta. Suppose this is 30 degree. What about this angle is 150 degree, because pi is nothing, 180 minus 30. Like that, this is called obtuse angle, this is called the acute angle. So tan theta is here acute angle. So angle between the acute angle between two lines is formula tan theta equal to m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 into m2. So where m1 is slope of first line and m2 is the slope of second line. So next, continue here. As it is clear that from the figure that there are two angles, theta and theta and pi minus theta between the lines L1 and L2. If this is pi minus theta, this is also pi minus theta. If this is theta, this is also theta, because opposite angles are equal. So there are two angles, one theta, another one is pi minus theta. Clearly pi minus theta is obtuse angle and theta is the acute angle, okay, between lines L1 and L2. So tan of, we know that tan of pi minus theta is minus tan theta, because 180 minus theta lies in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, tan is negative. We know that properties, tan of 180 minus theta is equal to minus tan theta, because 180 minus theta lies in second quadrant tan is negative. Can write tan of pi minus theta is equal to minus tan theta. So tan of pi minus theta is equal to minus m1 minus m2 dividing 1 plus m1 into m2. So observe here, if this value is negative, means m1 minus m2 dividing 1 plus m1 into m2 is negative, then the angle is pi minus theta. Pi minus theta in the figure is obtuse angle. If this expression value is negative, then the angle is obtuse. If this is positive, see in the previous slide here, this is positive, means only theta here, theta is acute angle. If this expression value is positive, then theta is acute angle. If this is negative, means the angle between two lines is obtuse angle. Let you take here, let pi minus theta equal to phi. Instead of pi minus theta, you take phi. So this becomes tan phi is equal to minus m1 minus m2 as it is, dividing 1 plus m1 into m2. Observe equation number 1 and 2. If this is positive, clearly theta is acute. If this is negative, clearly theta is nothing but phi. Phi is nothing but another angle, that is obtuse. So observe here, what is our conclusion here? Note number 1, if m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 into is positive, then tan theta is also positive. That is, theta is acute and phi is obtuse. You know that phi is nothing but pi minus theta. Observe here, pi minus theta. There is nothing but, simply I write here phi. So phi is obtuse. Second case, if m1 minus m2, in second case, we see here second case, this is negative, this phi is obtuse. If m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 into m2 is negative, means negative, that time tan theta is also becomes negative. Correct? You apply the tan theta here, tan theta will also becomes negative. That is, theta is here, theta becomes, if this becomes acute, then theta becomes obtuse. If this angle becomes, see, observe here, I draw these two lines like this. This is theta, this is acute, this is obtuse. Suppose this angle becomes acute, then theta becomes obtuse. Like this, I draw like this. Suppose this angle is theta. You take this angle is theta, obtuse, then this phi becomes acute. Correct? Theta is obtuse, then phi is the acute. Thus, the acute angle say theta, small angle means acute angle say theta. Between thus there are two formulas. The acute angle say theta, obtuse angle say phi. The acute angle say theta between the lines L1 and L2 with the slope m1 and m2 respectively is given by, the formula is tan theta is equal to m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 into m2. This is the where theta is acute angle, then tan theta is equal to m1 minus m2 by 1 plus m1 into m2. This is the angle between the acute angle between the two lines where slopes are m1 and m2. One condition here is 1 plus m1 into m2 is not equal to 0. Suppose you take this equal to 0, what happens? Any number by 0, that becomes infinity. If this becomes infinity, then tan theta equal to 90 degree, theta equal to 90 degree, means the two line becomes perpendicular lines. you have to remember this condition, 1 plus m1 into m2 is not equal to 0. If you take this 0, then becomes the the line L1 L2 becomes perpendicular to each other. So then the obtuse angle, say phi or pi minus theta, both are same, otherwise phi. So the obtuse angle, say phi, can be found by using the formula phi equal to 180 minus theta. Phi equal to 180 minus theta. Instead of phi, you write 180 minus theta. We will get negative answer. If negative will come now, that time this phi becomes obtuse angle. Okay. So I think you understand this two formulas. If theta is acute angle, then tan theta is equal to m1 minus m2 divided 1 plus m1 into m2. Substituting phi equal to 180 minus theta, then we get obtuse angle. These two are the angle between two lines. So problems will continue next session. Thank you for watching. Jai Sai Ram.